Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Trail Mix, where the nuts might be a little stale, but the company is always fresh.
Craig Crawford here, retired journalist working for nothing but the truth and Social Security checks. And we've got protests all across America, from Hawaii to Minneapolis, of course, and the coast, but also Orlando, Cincinnati, Hawaii, Nebraska. The American people seem a bit pissed at ICE. The ice might be breaking. Well, we'll see. I've got a reel here of 10 minutes of clips I've pulled from all across the country in various places, and see what you think.
Protesters have gathered in order to protest what just happened in Minneapolis, where an ICE agent shot Renee Good.
They just need to take control again. They're just lying down and letting Trump walk all over them. The Democrats aren't very organized. The Republicans are just spineless. They're kowtowing to Trump, and I don't understand why.
Welcome here! Stand clear! Immigrants are welcome here! Say her name, Renee Good! Say her name! Renee Good! Say her name! Renee Good! Say her name! Renee Good!
You know, this all happened very quickly. In fact, after we talked to you guys at 6 o'clock, we were working our way back to our van, which is just on the other side of this crowd. We actually walked a long way around, following the initial crowd that marched along one street over from where we are and back to Los Angeles Street. And when we got here, that's when a handful of people found a kind of sneaky way to get on an on-ramp back onto the 101. And once that happened, it was kind of like a melee for a second, because everyone saw the people on the freeway, and then everyone was kind of running around trying to figure out, hey, they too get on the freeway. CHP shut that down quick. But what ended up happening was, as people were overlooking, like right from here, on folks who were on the freeway, this area right here on Los Angeles Street started to get pretty packed, because everyone was watching the folks on the freeway on this corner and on that corner. And then what happened is this entire intersection got packed with people because everyone was looking at the folks on the freeway.
The third night in a week, demonstrators rallied in downtown Austin, protesting immigration and customs enforcement.
I know some people that have their children go to the grocery store for them, their appointments. A lot of people are missing out on their appointments, so it's a ripple effect, and it's affecting their day-to-day life.
Power to the people!
Now, this protest is happening as President Trump orders federal immigration officials.
It's not the only place seeing protests. They are popping up all over the country.
That includes right here in Cincinnati. Local 12's Chris Arnold is live at Fountain Square, where a demonstration wrapped up a little more than an hour or so ago. Chris.
Renee Good should still be here. She was a beloved child of God with inherent value and infinite worth. She was murdered by her own government in broad daylight in what should be the greatest democracy on the planet.
What new have investigators learned?
Well, I would say the FBI can give you the details of the investigation, but what we do know is that this was clearly a law enforcement action where the officer acted on his training and defended himself and his life and his fellow colleagues. It's
Prioritize deportations from Democratic-run cities with the goal of, quote, delivering the single largest mass deportation program in history.
Demonstrations are taking place across the entire nation over the shooting death of Renee Good there.
A message sent loud and clear by demonstrators who marched around the ICE field office and immigration court at 26 Federal Plaza.
It's really heartbreaking what's happened, and really hard to watch what's happening in our community back home.
Paige Francis and Rosalinda Romporto moved to New York from Minneapolis last summer. They say they were horrified to hear about Renee Good being shot and killed by an ICE agent on Wednesday. The death of a wife and mother tearing apart what Francis describes as a tight-knit city.
Very community-oriented. Everyone really cares about each other, not just in that neighborhood, but Minneapolis as a whole, which is why we're seeing such a response there right now.
The rally organized to send a message to immigration agents in Minneapolis and New York.
These guys are not our friends. They are our enemies, and we have to make it clear that we will step up and fight back.
Samantha Fujikawa organized Saturday's rally out of anger over Good's death, renewing her calls and the calls of at least 100 demonstrators in the rain to abolish ICE while keeping Good's young children in mind.
we're sending love, and ICE is not up to good in that community. So we're here to register that complaint.
I hope everybody in Minneapolis and their families is okay. And just a message to everybody who doesn't see what's happening, this can happen to anybody.
A chaotic scene unfolding just feet from a federal detention center downtown Saturday night as LAPD and protesters collided. Video shows an officer and a demonstrator taken to the ground as a crowd rushes in. LAPD says one person was detained on suspicion of battery against a police officer. This all came hours after a much different scene. From the sky, you can see the scale of the demonstration, a river of people filling downtown Los Angeles as organizers estimate about 3,000 turned out.
Thousands of people came together to really show people power and to basically say that hands off Venezuela, to say that we don't stand for a war for oil and that people need to come together to defend immigrant rights.
The march started at Pershing Square with protesters calling for an end to immigration operations and condemning the Trump administration's military intervention in Venezuela.
This administration has to stop waging war abroad and waging war against its citizens.
Organizers say 2 recent deaths involving federal agents sparked the rage, including the killing of Renee Good, a mother of 3 and U.S. citizen in Minnesota, and the shooting of Keith Porter Jr. in the Northridge neighborhood of Los Angeles.
And it's kind of scary to think that it could happen to any one of us, right? Because the argument before was, hey, like, they're not attacking U.S. citizens, but that's kind of like falling short now.
They also point to the U.S. military seizure of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, which the White House says is part of a campaign against drug trafficking, but protesters call an illegal war.
People are angry, they are furious, and people don't want to let this go. We can't let this go.
Plaza all over downtown, at some points clashing with police. Several arrests were made. The disruption downtown was nearly disastrous when a maroon car ignored police and sped through a street filled with demonstrators.
I feel like ICE is treating the immigrants wrong and they're not giving them the freedom that everybody else should. So I feel like we should stand up and protest it because that's the right thing to do.
For some protesters, President Trump's immigration policy is personal.
My family comes from Mexico personally. And it just means a lot to me that, like, coming out here and everyone coming together for all of Chicagoans and not just a few, it really means a lot. And for me to be here, I mean, it's kind of a must, really, at least for my family.
But I don't think they truly hear us.
ICE out now! 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 ICE out now!
When do we want it? Hoy muchas comunidades latinoamericanas e inmigrantes en todo Minnesota lloramos por la verdad.
Honestly, it was disgusting. It makes me ashamed to be part of this country and a part of, the problem here. And so it just made me upset. And these are local families. They're just local people. They're our neighbors. They're our neighborhoods. And it doesn't feel right for ICE to be out here. They shouldn't be here.
This shouldn't be happening. She's an innocent woman that just simply was in the wrong place at the wrong time and murdered. It was a murder. I saw the clip of it and it didn't have to happen.
Brianna, she's a high school teacher here in the Minneapolis area. Brianna, why are you here today?
Murder is wrong. And it's as simple as that. ICE agents around here, it's painful to see all this happening to our communities, to our students, to just everybody. It's very frustrating.
And you mentioned the students. You're a high school teacher. Can you talk to me about the impact that the killing of Renee Good has had on the students you teach, and also the impact of the immigration raids on that young community?
Well, when everything kind of went down, we were told to keep it under wraps just because we want to keep our children and our students feeling like they're safe and that this is not something that they should be distracting them from classes and learning on Wednesday. But then, we've had students, parents, and even some students be deported. We've had things like that. Parents are self-deporting too at times. This is awful, to be completely honest. It's also hard to know that I've got students who aren't coming to school because they're afraid of being picked up by ICE. I've had friends of mine, they're saying that they as teachers or parents are being followed by ICE agents. And how does that help our communities stay safe? How does this help any of us do well when we could be using these resources somewhere else that would actually benefit us?
You're hearing them chant the name Renee Good. You're seeing signs that say abolish ICE. One sign calling for the president to be put in jail. These are the kind of protests we're seeing across the country.
ICE is conducting a reign of terror in American cities that is violence against hardworking immigrants and now just American citizens trying to defend people in their community. It's a reign of terror. It's got to stop.
It could happen anywhere. We don't want to be the next Minnesota. We want to support them even though we are far away. We want them to know that we stand with them.
ICE out now! ICE out now!
Hello, Jamie. Hello, Kay.
Hi there, Chris.
Hi.
Hi, Katie. Hi.
Hi, Jamie.
I was busy this morning putting that together. I left a lot on the cutting room floor, too. There's protests everywhere, even Nebraska.
Alaska. I saw pictures from Fairbanks last night.
Oh, did you really?
Mm-hmm.
I think people are waking up. I don't know that this is Floyd level response, but I like getting the people the interviews of people. I don't like this. I like having some time, 10 minutes, to show what the people in the crowds are actually saying, getting interviewed and, telling their stories and they're not just showing their signs. So, that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Did
Don,
you see the video? Did you see the video?
I'll go ahead.
Oh, did you see the video of the ICE man slipping on the ice?
Yes.
And his gun went off because he didn't have the safety on. He could have killed somebody else.
Oh my
God. We've had a couple of more things happen yesterday that were caught on video. There was a young man that was taken from his job at Target and put into the back of a ICE vehicle. They drove off with him and then dropped him off at a Walmart, and he had been beaten.
Really?
And yes. And there's video of him crying because he said, they grabbed me, and then when they found out I was a U.S. citizen, they threw me out of the car. It's just like, are you kidding me?
I've said it before. I don't know why people have written, why do you laugh at these things? Why do you, and I don't know why. What is it? Is it nervous laughter?
It's a response.
Why do I laugh at such horrible stories? I don't get it.
I'll be honest. Like, when I'm watching anything, you almost have to use humor to deal with how terrible it is. And it's okay. And, it's just like people who laugh at a funeral. It's because their brain is trying to process the grief that they're going through. But at the same time, they remember happiness or whatever it could be,
Done Gone was in here, and I played. Thank you for getting his name, Kay. This James Tallerico.
Mm-hmm.
I had a little clip of him, and I think I'll play it again because this young guy, he's a up and comer. He's running for Senate in Texas. I don't know how well he's going to do or anything, but I thought his talk yesterday, and Done Gone reacted to it, and you got his name for me. It escaped me, but here, let's play him for a second.
America needs us right now in her hour of need. She needs each of us to step up and fight for our most fundamental freedoms. Like many of you, I'm tempted by hopelessness. But then I look out on a crowd of neighbors who are giving up their Saturday to save their country. And then all of a sudden, I feel a little bit of hope again. And a little bit of hope is a dangerous thing. The fact that all of you are here means you haven't given in to hopelessness. And that means the bullies haven't won. The antidote to despair is action. Every door we knock on today is for Renee Good. Every voter we reach today is for Renee Good. And when we win this election and take back this country, it'll be for Renee Good.
That kid's got something.
Yeah, he does. I really like him.
I don't know if he has much of a chance. I hope so. I'd like to see him do well.
Mm-hmm.
He's running against Crockett, right? He's running against Crockett for the Democratic nomination to run against Cornyn. Well, assuming Cornyn wins. Cornyn's in a primary himself.
Right. So we'll see what happens. Wow. Okay. Well, the thing is that I'm sorry. I'm looking at shadows.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's on a roll here. Oh, cool. Another podcast show where unqualified idiots with an internet connection feel inclined to give us their slop-brained thoughts on political matters. And he wasn't finished. He wasn't finished. He says, fuck ICE and fuck Trump. And, oh, wait a minute. This is somebody else. Isn't it?
No, same person.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
You're all over the place, Shad. I want to return to a brain where people like you reviewed cat food instead of. I don't much like cats. I'm a dog.
I'm a dog person too.
I'm a dog person. So
yeah,
what? I'll be getting on the dog food, Chad, and not cat food.
There we go. Dog food trail mix.
Yeah.
We can figure out a recipe. It'll be perfect. No,
Shadows, check out Craig's credentials before you run him down.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, I believe the editorial board wants to weigh in on that as well. This is what they've got to say to Stan. And we okay, we got a little humor out of the situation.
What about Canada fighting back against the takeover of Greenland?
Now, what is going on with that?
Well, Canada has decided that if there's going to be a Northwest Passage, they are going to be in control of it.
Yeah.
And Trump can just take a long walk off a short pier.
Well, and Germany sent 2 warships over to Greenland to block it.
Yeah, I know they're threatening that that would be the end of NATO if he invades Greenland. But I don't know. Careful what I mean, I think he wants the end of NATO.
I think that's what he wants.
I'm not sure that's a threat that will change his mind.
But yeah, it's unfortunate, and the people of Greenland don't want it. Denmark doesn't want it. All of NATO is just like, don't do it, dude. Don't do it. It's like telling a little kid, don't press the red button.
Yeah.
And of course, all of it is to cover up Epstein.
Exactly. Yeah. And this is the most elaborate cover-up scheme ever. Ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I mean, seriously though, with everything going on, it just feels like it's one slam after another and another and another and another, and the guy can't shut his mouth.
I had that clip somewhere of Trump talking about Greenland where he says if we do it we can do it the easy way or the hard way. I mean, he thinks everything's a Western movie.
I know.
Easy way or the hard way.
Yeah, well. Oh, and also to address the videos and people saying that the photos from the shooting were not real because there was a T-Rex in the background. Nope, that's South Minneapolis. It's very artistic down there, and people have the T-Rex in the yard. They have a shark within a shark within a shark in the yard. There's I mean, they have all different stuff down there. And I mean, it's South Minneapolis is like a mini light version of Portland, Oregon. And it's Portland Avenue, so it makes sense. So
I found the clip on Trump on Greenland, I think.
What they're doing is they're taking the basic
no,
American
that's something
virtues
else.
and they're turning them into
this
what they
guy was
consider to be
pretty good
crimes.
too.
The basic American
You ever
virtues
heard
are
him?
You're an individual.
He's a
You have
professor
your
at
opinion.
Princeton.
You say your opinion.
Writes
right?
books
That's what
on
these women
fascism.
did. And that is literally all that they did. And if that means that you can be killed, then that means that you're living in a very, very different kind of government. And I think Americans actually understand that and are going to act in response to that. It's really important to see this. Every incipient fascist or authoritarian regime says that its political opponents are terrorists and they're part of some kind of larger conspiracy. This is obvious. This is known. They're doing a boring thing, which everyone does. Maduro does this. They all do this. We have to see through this and recognize that, no, these were individuals. They were acting like individuals. They had freedoms as people and as Americans, and they were killed because she was killed simply because she was exercising her freedom. She said something. That was it.
Yeah, but he's making the point that this is an old fascist trick. Anybody who opposes them is a terrorist, and therefore everybody has to be killed or jailed. You know, that's how it works.
Cosplay Barbie made that clear.
Yeah, she did.
Oh, let's see, Dudgun. Oh yeah, check this guy out, Dudgun Tallerico.
He's
running against Crockett.
He's got a really good what am I trying to say? Like he speaks very well. Very but it's almost I don't know, he just has a way. But you know what? That's the same thing that we said about Obama. Obama just has a way of speaking that I think it's very interesting because we listen to Trump speak and it's very rudimentary.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to hear somebody who speaks eloquently and speaks with intelligence and with determination in their voice instead of some willy-nilly little thing. And you know, I think it's uplifting, at least to people who process on a different brain level.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen in that primary. I mean, because Crockett's got gets a lot more attention, gets a lot more national media play. And I will have to get Blue in Dallas on here to talk about that race. That's her Texas. She's our Texas expert.
He's running against Corrin, not Crockett.
Well, no, he's running against Crockett for the nomination.
Oh, for the nomination. Okay.
The Democratic nomination.
She's looking at the Senate now.
Yeah, well, that's what he's running for. Am I?
Why am I getting confused?
Jamie, help us out here. Are we? Am I correct? Are we on the right track here?
What?
I think he's going for Senate.
The deal is you've got a Republican primary in Texas that's hot,
right, between
the incumbent Cornyn and that crazy attorney general who's ought to be in jail, but they tried to impeach him. The FBI's tried to put him in jail. I mean, anyway, he's the Texas Trump. Anyway, he's running against Cornyn in the Republican primary. And then on the Democratic side, you've got a potential hot race between Crockett and this guy Tallerico, if I understand that all right. That's why we got to get Blue in Dallas here. She's our Texas expert.
Yeah, state of Texas Senate debate.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
it's between, it's initially between Tallerico and Crockett.
That's going to be one to watch. I don't know how that comes out. That's going to be so interesting.
And by the way, Blue has moved. She's not in Texas anymore.
Yeah, I know. I keep thinking of her as a Texas expert, even though she's moved to one of the rectangle states somewhere, somewhere out west. Now, did y'all see Christy this morning? I've got it all.
Oh,
You want
God.
You want some of her?
Timu Barbie.
Yeah.
That this family has lost a loved one and that our country is dealing with the situation. But that's why we need our leaders to turn down their rhetoric. We need individuals and elected leaders.
I just love how these people, just spew out all this, people are terrorists, people are radical leftists, everything. And then when it gets turned around, turn down your rhetoric. Turn down your rhetoric. Your rhetoric's too hot.
Meaning fall in line.
She just makes stuff up.
Oh man, Jake really gets. I'll move it on up the here and see because he really goes after. See where this is kind of toward the end here. I'll move up a little bit. He starts really digging in when she starts lying.
That very ICE officer nearly had his life ended, dragged by a car 6 months ago, 33 stitches in his leg. So you think maybe he's a little bit sensitive about somebody?
Now, Jay makes the point here that I thought at the time when Vance said this is like, well, if this guy has PTSD from a prior incident, maybe he should be working a desk job.
Or not in ICE at all.
Or not.
He shouldn't even have a gun.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I think
this ramming him with an
this is where Jake gets into
If this is relevant, first of all, it's horrible that happened. If it's relevant, which the vice president seems to think it is, do you think this understandably very traumatic event that this officer went through last June might have influenced, as the vice president is suggesting happened, how he responded?
Now, there's no indication to that, but the facts is that we've seen vehicles weaponized over 100 times in the last several months against our law enforcement officers. So they definitely.
You know how these people are lying? They always start with the facts are. That's your first clue. Oh yeah. Dungan saying projection technique. Why don't you hop in here with us, Dungan? Get on. You've been on here before. You can hop in, but if you can stay on keyboard, that's all right.
My favorite mayor of the moment, Jacob Fry, just said today is a good day for ICE to get out of Minnesota. I love him. I just love him. I don't care about the F word or anything like that. He said what he needed to say at that moment, and that's how he was feeling. And he was on right after with Jake right after this interview. Really?
With
I
Christy,
didn't. I just saw the clip of Christy. That's all I saw.
Yeah, well, Jake went straight to him right after her, and Jake's first reaction was he kind of reminded me of what George Bush said about Trump's first inaugural speech. That was some weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the guy who'd actually shot her had his phone in his left hand, his gun in his right hand. So he's filming himself killing the woman.
Exactly. I wonder if it, and I hate saying it, but what if it was supposed to be proof? Like, I'm sorry, I'm getting conspiracy-ish, but what if proof
of what?
Well, what I'm saying, I'm getting conspiracy-wise.
Okay.
So this is total speculation and probably a wild card. But what if he took out his phone to document it? Because, they don't have body cams, which they should.
Yeah, I know. That's a big issue why they don't have
it. Is. So I think he took out his phone to document her license plate and the color of the car and everything, so they could send it to their other ICE agents, so that way they know who to look for if she was badgering them, because supposedly she was badgering them.
That doesn't sound
yeah.
like a conspiracy. That sounds like pretty reasonable.
But I also think that he still had his phone in his hand, because I'm wondering if they wanted this to happen. They wanted somebody to be killed, and he was going to be the one to do it. She just happened to be his lucky choice.
The ultimate Epstein distraction.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well,
Okay. We'll give that the conspiracy slide.
That's my tinfoil hat. That's my hat for the day.
That's our conspiracy slide. We're sliding
Also,
into the
there's documentation of him being hardcore MAGA.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is there?
Oh, yeah. Oh, mm-hmm.
Well, that's what they've been hiring. I mean, he's been with them for 10 years, so he wasn't recently hired, but that's where they're advertising. You know, let's not forget they're hiring 10,000 agents in that big, beautiful bill. They got funding. We'd have to check this for a real fact, but I think it's going to be larger than the FBI, isn't it?
Yes,
ICE,
already
before
is.
this is over with. Yeah, or already is. Where is the guy? There he is. That's the.
That's Jonathan
Picture.
Ross. Oh, and the feds moved him out of his house, so he's in hiding.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're protecting
I guess
him.
that's for protection.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, ICE has over 21,000 employees deployed across 50 states.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And also, they there is a report. I just saw somebody saying it. So this person, there's a person on. I go on Threads. Threads is a great app to get.
Is it?
information.
I spend so much time with Blue Sky, and I still do X, and I've played around a little bit with Reddit, and I haven't even looked at Thread.
Yeah, I like
so many things
Threads.
going on. I don't. What is it? I had understood that they don't like a lot of politics and news on Thread.
No, they do.
I think they started out trying to stay away from any political controversy, and and they were throttling people that got into politics. But I guess that was just at the beginning.
Well, this woman, her name is Linda Freeman, put out this, and I agree with it wholeheartedly. It says, to put things in perspective, in Minnesota, our total population is about 5.9 million people in the entire state. Only about 0.15% are undocumented immigrants.
0.015? 0.015.
Yeah. So ICE is having a horrible time finding people who are, quote unquote, illegal. So they're violently taking Black and brown citizens indiscriminately, including Native Americans. Yes, they detained 4 Native Americans, 4 indigenous people from our reservation.
And these quotas are real. I mean, there have been many reports about this, that they're being, and I think it's coming straight from Trump himself and Stephen Miller, of course. But they want X number of, they're given quotas on how many, because I mean, Stephen Miller is determined to, before they're done, to deport, he says, 11 million people.
But I will say, I also think this is a Kristi Noem thing, going after indigenous people, because all the reservations in South Dakota banned her from their land when she was governor.
Yeah. I remember some stories about that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get another bit of, see what Jake got into.
Up here to have fired 3 shots. The first one through the front windshield, the second and third through the side window.
Now, this is the part where he really bores in on an important point, is that he kept shooting, after he was at the side, so he was not in danger of getting run over anymore. And so he's asking her about this.
What is the justification for the second and third, given that the officer was out of
You're
harm's way?
watching the same videos that I am, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're watching the same ones. So you see how quickly the situation unfolded, how the officer was in front of the vehicle when she sped off, how she ran into him, and how he had to take quick action based on his training to defend himself and his colleagues around
Once
him.
he's out of
That's
harm's
very
way.
clear and factual from the videos that you can see. It's nobody's interpretation. We don't get to change it because we can see it with our eyes and we can build on the evidence that we have on the ground.
Yeah, the question
we don't
is
because
why-
the politics doesn't fit somebody and what they're trying to do to continue to defraud people in their city and in their state, continue to take advantage of individuals and to allow criminals.
I mean, she didn't even come within a mile of answering that question.
I know what you're talking about.
That's what Mayor Fry and that's what Mayor Governor Walz are doing every day by diverting the attention and trying to attack a law enforcement officer. They're allowing the criminals to go by without examination.
Are you saying
without
that the
question.
second and third shots, because you just said it happened very quickly, are you
I didn't
saying the
say
second and
anything
third
at all. I
shots?
said watch the videos.
I'm
and watch how
asking.
quickly
Yeah,
this
you didn't
unfolded,
say anything at all.
And know that
That's
law
true.
enforcement officers every day in this country are in difficult situations where they have to make split-second decisions to protect themselves, the public, and their colleagues, and that they have to rely on their training. That's exactly what this officer did. And I know that the left and I know the crazy activists in this country that are trying to undermine our way of life will attack and try to destroy a law enforcement officer.
I'm
to do
asking a
that.
question.
It's just unacceptable, and we're not going to let that
I'm asking a question is, when he's out of harm's way, what is the reason for the second and third shot through the window when he is out, he's not in the line of sight of the car?
This investigation will continue to unfold and more information will come forward. But until that comes, what I would appreciate is everybody sticking to the facts of the situation and
Yeah,
recognize
right.
that this law enforcement officer
Sticking
took
to her
action based
facts.
on
She
his
wants us
training
all
to
to stick
protect himself
to
and
her
the public.
I'm just
No,
waiting for the investigation to come through. I'm wondering if you're not doing a disservice to the officer by reaching a conclusion before the investigation
I
takes
haven't
place.
heard you say once what a disservice it's done for Mayor Fry to get up and to
I'm
tell
interviewing him.
ICE to get the F out of
Going
the
after
city.
your mayor.
AOC to stand up before she had any of the facts and call this officer a murderer.
I just-
For individuals, well, call them out, Jake. Spend as much time calling them out.
Okay.
I have provided you with facts and information to back up every single word that we have said
Mhm.
and every
Yeah,
single
right.
part of this investigation. And if you don't like it, that's fine. But we're going to continue to do the right thing to keep the American people safe.
I know that you'd like to make me the topic of this and not what happened, but I did ask a Democratic senator just a few minutes ago about AOC's comments. And I don't actually even know what you're talking about when I ask questions as if
That sums up that interview. I don't even know what you're talking about. That's pretty much my reaction to that. What do we have over here? We got
She's graduated from puppies to people.
Let's see. We got. Oh, I like Jack Brown's beard.
Oh, I love it how people are labeling us now.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. So now Democrats are terrorists. Libs that were libtards. Oh, and that's such a great term, like we call you sometimes maggots. So, but yeah,
Oh,
maybe
here
you
we
need to
go.
do a little bit more research and a look at a few more camera angles because that woman was not trying to hit the officer. She actually turned the opposite direction as he came around the car so she wouldn't hit him. She was trying to get out of the way. So I would suggest do a little bit more research, look at a few more camera angles, and maybe you would turn your opinion a little in the right direction, which is the left in this case. So have fun. Go do that. Okay.
That goes back to what I had earlier. That guy that was talking about on
Why
the
you
terrorists.
won't die. Oh yeah.
On the terrorists that calling people terrorists. I'm going to play this guy again because I mean he makes the point that when you disagree with fascists, they call you a terrorist.
Is they're taking the basic American virtues and they're turning them into what they consider to be crimes. The basic American virtues are you're an individual, you have your own opinion, you say your opinion, right? That's what these women did. That is literally all that they did. And if that means that you can be killed, that means that you're living in a very, very different kind of government. And I think Americans actually understand that and are going to act in response to that. It's really important to see this. every incipient fascist or authoritarian regime says that its political opponents are terrorists and they're part of some kind of larger conspiracy. This is obvious. This is known. They're doing a boring thing, which everyone does. Maduro does this. They all do this. We have to see through this and recognize that, no, these were individuals. They were acting like individuals. They had freedoms as people and as Americans, and they were killed because she was killed simply because she was exercising her freedom. She said something. That was it.
I mean, if you disagree with them, you're a terrorist. I mean, that's and a libtard. Now, what is a libtard? You people calling us libtard? Explain to me what that is, actually.
A retarded liberal.
Oh, okay.
It's very derogatory.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, they're bringing up the fraud in Minnesota. Let me tell you a little bit about the fraud in Minnesota. You don't take my state, buddy. Sorry, no. This fraud it was starting to be investigated in 2014 before Walz was even in office, even a blip on the radar. Okay.
Now Biden's Justice Department prosecuted about 70 of them,
exactly. And the thing is, it's federal. Because it is federal courts take longer to process. Sorry, not sorry. That's the way of the world. So because it's a federal case, these are federal cases, many people are still detained waiting for their trial date. Many people actually pled guilty and are now serving time in jail. But the thing is, nobody wants to look at that because Pam Bondi has decided she's going to take credit for that, which she never lifted a finger on it. But Walz went to Biden because when he went to Trump the first time with this fraud, because he started investigating it right away when he got into office. He went to Trump's DOJ. They did nothing. Then he went to Biden's DOJ and said, hey, I need help prosecuting these cases. And that's what got the ball rolling. Walz was only involved by finding the fraud and reporting it. There is literally documentation for the last several years on this through news outlets and publications and everything. So if you want to do it, do the research instead of turning a blind eye and just listening to a dumb administration that wants you to believe only their rhetoric. Sorry, not sorry.
Jamie made the point, that it's how you respond to the fraud is important to look at and nationwide, but the response isn't to send 2,000 ICE agents to Minneapolis. I mean, that isn't the way you deal with the fraud in the system, which is what.
And the crazy part of it is Nick Shirley was only here because GOP, Lisa DeMuth, gave him the information and said, come to Minnesota, shake this up, because she was going to run against Walz in the election. That's the only reason. So Nick Shirley and Lisa DeMuth are really the problem children of getting these ICE agents here, because honestly, we don't have enough illegal immigrants. And frankly, many of those illegal immigrants have now fled Minnesota because of the fear that they are facing.
And, I still think that.
Oh, now I'm being called a communist. I love it.
Now
people don't even know the definition.
I mean, I do. I really do think, Democrats need to acknowledge, the fraud and talk about how you really deal with it, and not things like sending ICE agents to blue cities. That's I mean, we don't want to end up looking like we don't care about the fraud, and that's what the situation they're trying to create. What was that number you found, Jamie, about that if you added up all the fraud?
If they actually fixed all of the fraud that is known about and is currently under investigation, if they got rid of all of it, they could send a check for $6,000 to everybody in the United States over 18. That's how much it's costing us.
And we got to acknowledge some of that fraud is loans to to small business, small people that are defrauding small business loans who are Republicans. I mean, it's not just Somalians.
And of course, if anyone knows about fraud and using government funds, it would be Trump. He's already been convicted and paid the fines
34
for it.
times. 34 times. Honestly, I believe that there should be a law stating that if you have a felony, you cannot run for president. I really think there should be.
A felony conviction, he wouldn't even be eligible.
Correct. He can't even, as a felony, he can't vote as a felon. If you can't legally vote, you should not be able to run for office, period.
But he votes anyway.
I'm not a view watcher in any sense. Sorry.
I was just going to say, you're being accused of watching The View. I watch The View. In fact, I watched Marjorie Taylor Greene on there this week. She's been on there now 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, she has.
Recently. And I'm wondering if they're looking at her as becoming one of the co-hosts or something. Because everybody's wondering what Marjorie's going to do next.
I don't know. I'm thinking that would take that show down. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do think that Marjorie Taylor Greene drank the Kool-Aid. I do think she did. And I think that after Trump said, no, you shouldn't run for Senate, and she said, well, I'm going to release the Epstein files because she believes in outing a pedophile who's in our White House. Sorry, I'm saying it. Anyway, she believes in outing the people in the Epstein files, and she wanted to release them unredacted, and Trump went off on her, ripped her a new one. And there's even, she's talked about it several times, and her story never changes. It is the same thing over and over again. So I will say she's not like, oh, well, he told me this one time and he told me that another time. It's not escalating in any way. And so I think she realized, I'm just a tool in his toolbox. And now that I'm not working anymore, he's done with me. Yeah. And so she's really looking at the real Republican group, not the MAGA crap. She's looking at real Republican stuff, but at the same time, she's backing other things. So it's very kind of like, I think she's having problems with her moral compass is what I think.
I'm curious what she's planning to do if she's actually going to run for president for the Republican nomination. I mean, she seems to be really trying to become the lead. I mean, there's an opening for leader of MAGA, after Trump, and there are several contenders. I mean, of course, Vance is going to be one. And
Vance was a Democrat. Until like 2020, and then all of a sudden he's a MAGA. And he was registered Democrat.
And his problem is, he's got that history of calling Trump Hitler.
Yes, he
Rubio's got all his issues, what he said about Trump in the past.
Biggest kiss asses.
And I keep saying, I think Josh Hawley's got a shot at MAGA leadership because he never did criticize Trump at all. And he's very popular with them and pretty slick. I think Josh Hawley's one to watch.
You know who I would love to see run for Republicans is Adam Kinzinger.
Oh,
out of Chicago, out of Illinois. I love him. I have said it to my family. I would totally vote for him if he was the Republican nominee and our Democratic nominee was not that great. I would totally vote for him just because he is just, I love the man, love him. But we've got a lot of front runners. I don't know. But the thing is, I'm pretty sure we're going to have martial law pretty soon. And then we won't have elections because we will have an official dictator.
Well, Trump he just said the other day that maybe we should cancel the midterms and he prefaced that by saying, because if the Democrats win Congress, they're going to impeach me again. So maybe we shouldn't have the elections. And then, of course, there's the famous, I hung on to it for a while. I don't know if I do. I think I still have it. Here's where back in the campaign, this was a group of Christian nationalists that he was speaking to and telling them if they just get him elected, they'll never have to vote again.
Could this be America's last election if Donald Trump wins? Listen to what the former president told a Christian group at the Turning Point USA Believers Summit in West Palm Beach. The former president telling the crowd that if they re-elect him to the White House, they won't have to worry about voting ever again.
And again, Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out. You got to get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good you're not going to have to vote.
He said it 3 times. Now, the Harris for President campaign releasing this statement after the former president's speech tonight, saying, quote,
the thing is, he's not kidding. that isn't a joke, what he says there. Well, we got some busy people. Let's see. Robin Iface, you know you'll never convince the MAGA nuts not to vote for Trump. If they still support him at this stage after everything he's done, they'll never change their minds.
So true.
I really do think he's got a section of them on the ropes over the Epstein thing. Not all MAGA, but there's a group of MAGA, that a chunk of MAGA who are very disturbed, and Marjorie Taylor Greene leads them, who are very disturbed that he has joined the elite cover-up of the Epstein case. And I don't know how many of them there are or what, but that is the only time I've seen I've questioned what Robin Iface is saying is. It's the only time I've seen a sort of a
Craig,
possible break.
You need to tell these people that there is a difference between impeached and convicted. Yes, Trump was impeached twice. He wasn't.
Well, I mean, let's put it. This is how I like to put it: that 2 times a majority of the United States Congress wanted Trump out of office.
Exactly.
2 times, twice. A majority of Congress voted him out of office.
They don't understand that impeach simply means to accuse.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Trump knows what a man is. Puke. He's not. I'm going to quote Hope Walls right now. She said, Trump hates my dad because he will never be like my dad. And I really believe that's true. Also, I have the 1984 quote, and I think it is so true to today's rhetoric, is the party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command. And if all others accepted the lie, which the party imposed, if all records told the same tale, then the lie passed into history and became truth.
Who is
George
that?
Orwell nailed it.
Oh, that's Orwell.
Mm-hmm. So
we've got our Orwell fan, Rebellious Renee. I learned from her that she was on the other day talking about him, and I didn't know that was a pen name. George Orwell was a pen name.
Uh-huh.
Oh, let's see here. After all that's happened in less than a year, America will not make Vance the president. Well, that's an interesting question. I don't. Trump
unless
will not
Elon's around to
be
rig it.
reelected. I won't. Shekel. So you're pretty sure about Vance, huh? I don't know. He's got a lot. He's going to have a lot of money behind him. And Democrats got to find somebody. What do y'all? I've talked to Jamie about this, Kay. But what do you think of Newsom as a nominee for 2028? Are you into Newsom at all, or have an opinion? I mean,
I
I'm
like-
not pushing him. I'm just curious about him.
I like Newsom. I wish he was a little bit more vocal in this matter. But Pritzker is really putting out his opinions and stuff. I think Pritzker is a really good contender.
And he's lost weight.
Mm-hmm.
Which he
I
had
think
to
he
do.
would be good.
I'm thinking, Jamie, Jamie and I were saying this a while back because both of us have done the Manjaro thing.
You can't even spell Fuentes.
Surely, who's Nick Freitas?
It's supposed to be Fuentes. He is the leader of the alt-right movement.
Oh, I know who Fuentes is, but who's this Freitas guy? This guy's pushing for
I
president?
think it's supposed to be Fuentes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a gem.
Oh, yeah. And here we go with Trump's name for Newsom.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh, gotta love the trolls.
Big giveaway.
Then I don't know who that person is.
And they think we got a derangement syndrome, you know?
Yeah, like the way alt-right.
But Pritzker was on, I think it was Face the Nation earlier this morning, and I forgot about it. I was going to record it because I am interested. I mean, for a future discussion, I want to get into how the various Democratic presidential contenders are handling this Minneapolis story. And it seems like, as you say, Pritzker's a little more out front than Newsom is on this. And then now Newsom was way out front on National Guard, of course.
Right.
We have one commenter here. Rob Boniface brings up what I was saying about Newsom, that there's a little bit too much show there with not enough substance.
I'd rather have a house plant than Donald Trump, to be honest. So.
Yeah.
Well, Rob, his style over substance. I'd rather have literally anyone else over. But yeah, style over. And my big issue with Newsom is I question his judgment in marrying Kimberly Goofy girl. Marrying that woman makes me wonder.
All you need to know about the lady who married Miller. She married him.
Oh. She's a peach too.
Well, now wait a second. This Jack Brown is. Wait a minute. Let me back up here. He is talking about somebody named Freitas. Current primary office position, serve as a Republican member of the Virginia. Well, you guys, that's a new one. The bees. I didn't know about this fellow.
I didn't know about him either.
I thought you was talking about Nick Fuentes myself. Well, and Jack Brown's against everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He's good looking. I'll give that for Freitas.
Oh, have you looked up Freitas?
Yeah, I just looked him up.
I love it, Jamie.
How about Newsom and Pritzker?
I also like Mark Kelly.
You know, Mark Kelly's got to clean up. He's got some cleanup in aisle 2 to do with labor unions.
A little bit, yeah.
He opposed some.
Oh, I love it.
That labor unions like.
We're dumb as shit. I love it. I love it. The insults are just wonderful.
Well, you know, you can't believe your hype or your insults. I've always thought I don't believe my hype or my insults.
Well, I wouldn't know who the person is because if it's in the Virginia House of Delegates and I'm in Minnesota, I wouldn't actually know because why would I care about your politics?
The YouTuber, I'm dying. Boy, they're really going strong here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I'm just kind of randomly highlighting them here.
Okay, well, I've never heard of him, so.
How about someone who deports people who are not here illegally?
Right. Like
We've
the
had a
student
lot
from
of that, too.
Boston. The student from Boston who is still in ICE
Oh, yeah.
detainment for 2
Well,
months.
she's in Honduras. She ended up in Honduras.
Oh my God.
You talk about the Babson College student from Boston?
Yeah. I thought they were selling it.
I've been
go
keeping
ahead.
up with her. It's interesting situation is she is in the Honduras, and Babson College really stood up for her. They got her a lawyer and everything else. And they have arranged for her to continue her studies remotely from Honduras. Yeah, so she's actually where they deported her to the Honduras against the law, against the judge's ruling, by the way. I mean, they just defied the judge and sent her there anyway. So I don't know what the very, very latest is, but that was the last I saw on her, that she was still able to continue her classes remotely in Honduras. Oh, well, that's our hour.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to wear out the inner tubes. I think I'll wind us up with that fella from Texas we were liking, if I still have him here somewhere.
I don't think California is going to turn red. I hate to tell you that. And I can guarantee Minnesota's not going to turn red. In fact, there would be a better chance that Minnesota would be adopted by Canada. Just saying.
Like Washington, Oregon, and California all might end up part of Canada.
Now, Broderick here, I assume Broderick wants to change the Constitution, and
yeah.
And you know what? I agree with you. Know what I like about your idea, Broderick? I would love to see a 2028 campaign between Donald Trump and Barack Obama.
Their third
That would be
term.
great.
Let's see what happens there.
Let's change the Constitution so we can get Obama versus Trump. That's a great idea. I'm with you on that, buddy.
Actually, Minneapolis is blue, but so is Rochester, so is Mankato, so is Duluth, so is our bigger cities. So it's not just Minneapolis, it's the surrounding areas too. I personally, unfortunately, live in a very red county, and I was reminded of that yesterday. But the thing is, I think that hopefully we get a good front runner in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, this is James. You found it. You got his name for us there. What was it again, Terry? I'm real keen on the guy, but I can't remember his name. He's running for the Senate in the Texas Democratic primary to run against whoever wins the Republican primary. It's going to be a big race. We haven't even begun to get into the midterms, but we're going to need to do that. Kay and Jamie, thanks for joining in.
Bye-bye.
Kay,
have a great day.
You're going to keep us posted on Trail Mix about Minnesota, because it's obviously not going away.
No, it's not. And we will fight to the death. That is how we work.
And for anybody else on there who wants to get on, we do this for an hour every day at 11 o'clock, but then for 24 hours a day, we're on trailmix.cc talking, and it's easy to do there. I made it easy for people to comment, whatever you got to say, anything goes. And we're going to wind up here with this fella in Texas talking about the Minnesota case. He's running for the Senate in Texas against Crockett for the Democratic primary. And the winner of that will run against whoever wins between the incumbent Republican Cornyn and the Attorney General out there. But this guy's is an up-and-comer in Democratic politics that everybody's been watching. And if I was a Republican, I'd be a little scared of this fella.
Renee Good should still be here. She was a beloved child of God with inherent value and infinite worth. She was murdered by her own government in broad daylight in what should be the greatest democracy on the planet. America needs us right now. in her hour of need. She needs each of us to step up and fight for our most fundamental freedoms. Like many of you, I'm tempted by hopelessness. But then I look out on a crowd of neighbors who are giving up their Saturday to save their country. And then all of a sudden, I feel a little bit of hope again. And a little bit of hope is a dangerous thing. The fact that all of you are here means you haven't given in to hopelessness. And that means the bullies haven't won. The antidote to despair is action. Every door we knock on today is for Renee Good. Every voter we reach today is for Renee Good. And when we win this election and take back this country, it'll be for Renee Good.